The time is 5:55 p.m. Good evening. The news headline. Breaking. Goodluck Jonathan reacts to rumors of joining APC. Ex-President Goodluck Jonathan has denied joining the All Progressive Congress (APC). Shortly after some rumors has been spreading about Goodluck Jonathan joining the APC, where there have been advices here and there and prophecies here and there that he should not. Just like it was said of recent from one of the APC members, where he said as follows:
"For the sake of openness and transparency, let me start by stating that I am a bona fide and registered member of the APC and a strong supporter of President Muhammadu Buhari and his administration. I am one of the leaders of our great party in Akwa Ibom State, but I am too beclouded by partisan political interests to discuss national issues objectively. I have been quite distressed to learn that former President Goodluck Jonathan is considering defecting to APC. I don't know how credible this story is, but the persistence of the rumor and Dr. Jonathan's unwillingness to issue a categorical denial has fueled further speculations of his intention to join the governing party. The recent defection of Senator Stella Odua from Anambra State, who was his Minister of Aviation, to APC, and the recent flirtatious activities of Femi Fakayode around some APC chieftains have created the impressions that they are the advanced party of the former president in APC. FFK has been a brutal critic and abuser of the president, Vice President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and indeed APC itself since Dr. Jonathan left office in 2015. Initially, it seemed like FFK was mortally and irreparably hurt by the defeat, but in recent times, he too has been hobnobbing with some APC leaders, fueling speculations that he is soon joining the party. I consider that many Nigerian politicians are fair weathers, folks who indulge in bread and butter politics. They like ideological DNA, but only flock to whatever government is in power. For this reason, I would like to advise former President Jonathan to stay put in PDP, no matter the pressure on him to defect. He should resist the urge to join the growing tribe of bread and butter politicians by joining the APC. His reputation and respect would be greatly diminished if Jonathan defects in the first instance. The owners of APC will never give him a presidential ticket, so of what benefit would his defection serve? Privately, APC members, including the president himself, consider the Jonathan presidency as a woeful period. Even with the crude oil selling at above $100 per barrel during most of his 5-year tenure, Jonathan failed to achieve much. Rather, there was massive looting of the treasury and round-tripping of foreign exchange in the system. The massive looting of the CBN vaults in the last days of his tenure to fund the 2015 elections remains a major stain on his reputation. Many people in my party do not have much respect for the former Nigerian leader. I insist that President Jonathan will better maintain whatever remains of his prestige as a former Nigerian leader by continuing to serve the nation and our continent as a statesman. In fact, he should retire from partisan politics and focus his time and energy on peace-building activities across the continent. I must commend him for what he has been doing in Mali as the special envoy of ECOWAS. If at 63, Dr. Jonathan might feel too young to resist the excitement of partisan politics, he will do well to restrict such endeavors to the PDP. But if the former president yields to suiting cajoling from APC chieftains and defects, he will regret it. PDP members will pour all sorts of insults and abuses on him. They will throw the kitchen sink at him, including possibly alleging that he defected to APC to avoid EFCC prosecution. They will then mention all the foibles associated with him. Don't forget they have the dossiers. Yet, APC will never give him the presidential ticket he is looking so eagerly for. Our party has its own tendencies and intrigues, just like every political platform. Mind you, how does Jonathan expect to move into a party filled with political engines blocks like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Rotimi Amechi, Babatunde Fashola, Godswill Akpabio, Yemi Osinbajo, and collect a presidential ticket at the drop of the hat? My suspicion is that there are people in APC who just want to lure Dr. Jonathan out for final humiliation. It is up for him to be wise. All over the world, the former president keep away from partisan politics and maintain a dignified presence in the affairs of the nation. They play fatherly roles and use back channels to offer advice to the government in power. They also get involved in charity work and international engagement. Dr. Jonathan should follow this pattern. First, he should continue his commendable work as initiator of West African Elder Statesmen Forum, on which he is working with former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That forum will help him in stabilizing fragile political situations in some of the countries in the sub-region. 2. President Jonathan should raise money to build his presidential library complex. It is a tradition in the US for former presidents to build their libraries. They serve as major research, civic, and educational facilities for the communities and other citizens. Former President Obasanjo, ever so filled with good ideas, has built his own presidential library complex in Abeokuta. Recall that when he left office as a military head of state in 1979, Obasanjo set up African Leadership Forum, which has been involved in leadership development, capacity building, enterprise building, and economic empowerment since 1988. I am therefore mortified that instead of thinking about his legacy in similar areas, Goodluck Jonathan, a PhD holder and former university professor, is flirting with the idea of moving from one political party to another. Who advises him on matters personal, brand, position in the place? Another preoccupation for Dr. Jonathan should be the lecture cycles. He should travel the world around and country delivering lectures on contemporary issues like climate change and dwindling resources in Africa, Nigeria and challenge of cryptocurrencies, the clash of ancient cattle roots with Nigeria's checkered quest for modernity, among other issues. Jonathan can also take up international assignments in the UN system, leading peace missions and other duties. He should spend his time coaching African leaders on the importance of sticking to constitutional term limits. There are indeed so many things our former leader could do to help humanity beyond partisan politics. Even in the political front, Dr. Jonathan could help to rebuild his party. With another election cycle looming, the PDP has been thrown into a tumultuous crisis. Governor Nyesom Wike is fighting tooth and nail to control the party, so he could hand over the presidential ticket to his good friend Aminu Tambo.
However, with all these insinuations that ex-president Goodluck Jonathan is about joining the APC as regards the mindset to contest for the nation's top seat again in 2023, confirmations are said, according to the newspaper, which reached out to Jonathan's spokesman, Ikechukwu Eze, where he described the report as fake news. The report is fake news. If it defects, it would be announced through the proper channels. He maintained that his boss, that is Ikechukwu Eze, the spokesperson to Jonathan, has maintained that his boss has not moved or considered moving to the ruling party. He said this is a man that has been very busy with other relevant things and not things like this. And this is just to perhaps curb the rumors spreading around that the ex-president Goodluck Jonathan might actually have intentions of joining the All Progressive Congress in the bid to have the nation's top seats in 2023 again, amidst the prophecies and the advices, that he should not stain his integrity and his well-known personality to be a statesperson. We all wish that Ikechukwu Eze had actually said, that is his spokesperson, that all these are fake news would actually be truly a fake news, as he has maintained that his boss has not moved or considered moving to the ruling party, that it was not even in his agenda at all, that he is actually a very, very busy person, just like he has actually said to defend that Goodluck Jonathan would not be joining the All Progressive Congress anytime soon. And if at all it is going to do that, then it will be communicated through the proper channels. Thanks for listening. Good evening.